Welcome back to our Nioh 2 100% walkthrough. On this episode we'll be doing the main mission called A Way Out. We've got 7 Kodama to collect, we've got 1 hot spring location to get, and we also have a mission based achievement. My name is Azzavhar or Azza. Now let's get into the video. So just before we jump into the action, I'll just show you the gear that we are rocking. We have a level 38 Rotten Rope Cutter Kasuragami. We've mostly got blue rarity shinobi gear, which is roughly around level 35. I have also crafted a level 45 shinobi chest piece, which is purple rarity, and I've tempered in a few special effects to that as well. We should also check out our skill points because we've not spent those for quite some time. So on the ninjutsu skill tree, I'm going to go ahead and get this one over here at the top. This one is Ninja Tool Mastery, and we've also pumped that up to rank 2, and that increases ninjutsu capacity by 5. We should also, I'll pop a few points into Samurai. This one towards the top left is all about range stuff, so this one is increases number of rifle rounds that can be carried by 2, and this one increases matchlock damage by 8. So that will do for that. I'd also recommend checking your titles if you haven't for a while. So what I'll do is pop some points into Elixir Efficiency, Key Recovery Speed. We'll also go for Anima, Yokai Ability Damage, Anima, Rita Earned, Anima, Anima Charge, Extended Yokai Shift, Anima, Yokai Ability Damage. So that is that. We should also go check out the ninjutsu because we increased the capacity of it. So what we'll do is take the shuriken down to 10 and then put the lightning feathers up to 6. So we are looking like this. We've got 10 shuriken, 10 kunai. And then we have 6 fire feathers, 6 of the water, and 6 of the lightning. So other than that, we should be good to jump into the stage. Let's get cracking. We'll grab those Kodamas, and the hot spring location, and the achievement. So you can talk to this NPC a couple of times to get a sacred arrow. Head up here. Watch out for a patrolling dog. You can shoot this guy in the head. Just watch out for this dog here, so if the dog does spot you, basically it will alert a bunch of enemies, and there's quite a few of them. Things can get a little bit spicy, so just watch out for that. You can hide in these bushes, you can pop this guy in the head over there. Dog has been alerted, which will mean an enemy has also been alerted, so things might get a little bit spicy. I think an enemy might pop from behind. Here he comes. Yeah, so just watch out for that, because this guy can hit like a truck with that weapon. It can do a lot of damage, so be aware of that. Other than that, we can push forward. We've got an enemy patrolling here. You can get him now if you can get the shot, or you can get him later on. So he was there, so we might as well get him now. But first, we're just going to head left up this slope. We've got our first Kodama, so we get the items drop off the back of this roof, or this house here. Grab this item. First Kodama is here, so make sure to get this. There we go, and then drop down. Apply our talismans, magic and purification. And we've got a couple of enemies waiting for us down here. You can pop this one in the head and get the drop. And this guy, literally get the drop. And we can just loot all these items and stuff and push on forward. These ladders will bring us up to where that guy was patrolling before. So we can grab his stuff and push on forward. We've got an item here. This is we'll get a shortcut later for this bit. We'll just ignore those ladders for now. Then we have the mission-based achievement thing coming up, which is this searchlight, or this spotlight here. Basically, the achievement itself is you have to get spotted by this light on purpose. The light will then turn red. You have to go and destroy a red orb whilst you are spotted by the light. I think we have to do that 2 times. What we can do to make our life a little bit easier, though, is before getting spotted, try and bring some enemies over here first. We can take them out, because what happens is when the searchlight does spot you, like all the enemies in the area will start to sort of like run towards you at the same time. A bunch of enemies will sort of like come at you from all sides, and it can get a little bit spicy, so it's worth taking some out. So we get spotted on purpose. This music is probably my favourite battle music in the entire game. So yeah, be prepared for all these enemies to start running at you and stuff. Those things will shoot at you as well. Those strange things there, they'll start shooting at you. They don't really do like a massive amount of damage, but they do sort of knock you back. I think they do more damage to you the less that you're, the less ki you have. So the lower your ki bar, the more HP damage they do. Okay, so what we'll do, there is an enemy kind of lying down on the floor over there, so I want to get his attention somewhere over there. So this guy can hit really, really hard, so be very, very careful of this enemy. Ideally try and get him with you ranged. Got caught out of key there. I'm going to go ahead and go for kunai there. So yeah, just be very careful of that enemy because he can hit very hard. What we'll do next is just go and take out the red orb, so just follow this around. Watch out for those things. You can block them. One of these enemies here. I'm going to opt for feathers, I think, for this one. Gonna pop a little bit of feather spam to get that enemy out of the way, and then head on over to the actual red orb itself. Hopefully don't get wrecked by these range things. 2 combos should do it. There we go, so that's the first one. I think there's 2 of them. So we'll just run around and grab all the items that we got. We've also got a Kodama waiting for us as well, so just grab all these items. Kodama over here. And watch out for this range guy just up here. Then we'll just do some looting. Some cash there. There is a Sudama just waiting for us up there, so we'll head up towards that Sudama. Just a second. There we go. So we can follow this around. We've got an enemy just waiting for us behind these boxes. Give him the old arrow to the face. Enemy in there. I'm going to pop on purification. Watch out for that. A couple of feathers will delete them. We can head on inside. We've got a treasure chest, and the Sudama is just waiting outside, so we can pop an item down for them. Pop down a shrapnel bomb. See if they like that. I'm not sure, but we're about to find out. So not too shabby, not too shabby. Take it. So we can push on forward, and this is the ladder shortcut from before. Goes down. We've got a split in the path here, so we've got an enemy here. Just pop him in the head with the bow and arrow. This guy's got a helmet on, so we can pop him with the rifle. And then we're just going to take this direction first of all. Take out a few of these. This guy's got a helmet on, so we can pop him with the rifle. And then we can actually get this guy through the window, I do believe. There we go. And Kodama just over here, so you can roll through these. And grab this Kodama. Inside the house we have a treasure chest. So we'll grab all that. And we've got an item tucked away just around the corner. Grab that. So that is that kind of area done. We kind of backtrack a little bit, but what we'll do is just follow this round. We've got a hidden item just at the top here. Got a travel amulet, which will warp you back to the previous shrine that you visited. So if you need to get out of a dangerous situation or something, you can pop that travel amulet. An enemy waiting for us in a bush just here, so watch out for this guy. Wait for your thing to go red. Grab the headshot. And we'll grab these items. Then we have a big yokai coming up. I've not got any purification talismans, so we'll do it without. Because I don't have purification, I'm going to go for the fire feathers. A few of those should take him out. Ranged enemy up there, so just watch out for the enemy that is lying in wait for us. If I did have purification, then what I would probably do is just pop purification onto the weapon, do a high stance combo to apply purification, and then just pop a couple of feathers to finish off the yokai. And then we've got a shrine just around here. I'm going to pop a point into heart. Feel free to pop a couple of points into constitution, heart and courage at this point. Not loads, but just maybe 1 or 2. That'll do. Pop that in there. It's also worth mentioning at this point in the game, you do have access to 2 guardian spirits. So I've got a second one set. I don't really tend to use it, to be totally honest. But you hold down RB and then press left trigger. If you look in the top left, it kind of switches between. I've got the brute one as the secondary, and the phantom one as our primary. So sometimes you might find, if you fight any particular boss or something, then the brute burst counter can come in useful, because you can switch to the brute and use the burst counter, and then you can switch back to phantom and use the phantom burst counter. So in certain situations you might find that you want to switch. So I thought I'd mention that. I've not got any soul cores equipped into the secondary one. The soul cores are just equipped into the primary one. Other than that, we can push forward. Just stick to the right here, because the enemy will drop to your left. Just watch out for this guy. Take him out, and then we've got a few enemies knocking around here. Pop that guy there. We've got one over there. Going to switch to the rifle. Let's look in the bushes. Got a cyclops in there. Enemy is just waiting inside this house. Just be aware of this one. There we go. Just got them before the grab. There is a treasure chest inside the house with a shinobi box in it, so grab that. Shinobi box will come in useful. You can smash these. It applies purification to your weapon just like that. Other than that, I think that's that bit done, so we can push forward. Watch out for this guy who's kind of playing the music at the top there, so what he'll do is bring the red graves to life. And these enemies are quite hard. If you take him out, then those red grave enemies won't spawn. Make our lives a lot easier, so might as well do that. An enemy up there as well. We'll pop them in the head. There is also one just on this cliff. So just be careful of this one. What I tend to do is sprint up like that and then roll to avoid the incoming shot. Just be careful of that guy, because he can sometimes shoot you if you're running up, and it will knock you off the edge of the cliff. And that's not ideal. So we'll grab this item here. We've got a Kodama just below us, so just drop down. This one is hidden very, very well. Grab that Kodama just there. Head on up. Can grab these items here, just be careful, because this tree is a bit spicy. It's very easy to fall off. Yeah, especially as your character is like turning around. And then this bit here, we've got another searchlight place. So once again, you can try and take enemies out, or getting spotted by the searchlight. So we'll give that a try. Okay, we'll just grab this one here. Try and put purification on. We've got it on, which is good. Switch to feathers. Wait for him to jump. I don't think water is the best against those, to be totally honest. So I'd probably go for lightning or fire instead. Water doesn't seem to do like lots of damage. Okay, so let's just pop this guy with a couple of kunai. Then we'll get spotted on purpose. Once again, be careful at this bit because it can be pretty spicy. There's quite a lot of enemies that will come at us from all directions. Try and get spotted and then head on up those stairs there. Technically, you can just go straight for the thing like this. Still counts, so if you get, you're still spotted. It also deletes the enemy's key as well. So you'll notice that this one has like straight up just got the key bar deleted. So it is an option to do that. So I believe there's only 2 on this mission, so that should be 2 of 2. I already have the achievement, but if you haven't, then the achievement should pop up there. Other than that, let's just explore and finish off the rest of the area. Just got a few more bits and bobs to do. Thought that enemy was dead. I was very, very wrong. Pop a couple of shuriken there for that one. Just grab the items and stuff. There might be a Kodama in this area. There is, yep, just tucked away against that wall. So that is that. Just make sure to explore and grab all the items and pick up all the loot and stuff from the enemies that you killed. Like so, I think there's a couple of different ways that you can choose to leave this area. There is one that's like a pathway, which I think is this one. We'll explore that a little bit later, so you can kind of like loop around and check that out from a different angle. So what we'll do is go up the stairs and then follow the path around. I think the hot spring is quite close at this point. What we'll do, there is a shortcut that we should get so we can rest at a shrine. So shortcut is just here. We'll pop this down. Then we'll go rest at the shrine before we do anything else. We can restock all our stuff. Like so, we can also pop a level. I'll pop one into courage. Then backtrack a little bit, back up the log. Just be careful with this log, it's a bit spicy. Sometimes it can sort of like push you off like as you're trying to get up it. And we'll follow this round to take out these enemies. There's one just around the corner as well. Might be able to get a headshot before he comes at you, I'm not sure. Not so much, but fair enough. I'll take it. And then we can push through here. Yokai waiting for us here. Up on purification. I think it's quite put it on. Oh, the purification didn't actually apply. There we go. So just purification and then some feathers to take care of that one. I've got a couple of bits and bobs to do in this area. Still got a little bit of purification on the weapon, so we'll try and apply it. Okay, we'll just go for the melee, because he's in a bit of a pain dodging about everywhere, so we'll just go for the melee option on that one. So that is that. You smash those boxes and stuff, you might find some like ammo and some cash and stuff in there. Got a purification thing there as well. That is the intended way, just down the cave there, but just do some exploration and stuff first before we go down there. We've got a hot spring to get, and I think the hot spring is quite close. We'll just find that. Yeah, the hot spring is just in this direction around here, so we'll follow it around. Also got a path that way that leads back to that searchlight place that I mentioned before, the alternate path. So what we'll do here is apply purification first, go for the eye shot, run in, get the purification applied, run back. Pop a couple of feathers, and delete. So this is the hot spring just tucked away behind here. Make sure to grab this hot spring if you're going for the hot spring achievement. So that is that. We've got a treasure chest in the house. Grab that. Now we can check out the alternate path. Let's go do that. Right, we'll grab this item first of all. This is kind of like overlooking the searchlight area from before. So we've got a Kodama up here. Drop them. Too sure. Maybe we'll drop. Go for the bomb again, I think there. Shrapnel bomb. See what we get. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. So let's backtrack to that path, which is this way here. Ideally try and get purification on this enemy. And then go for feathers. This guy can be spicy, so be very careful. Like so. I timed my burst counter on purpose there by using the feathers, and then expected him to use like that ranged attack that he used. I timed my burst counter to sort of like burst at the time that he was shooting the ranged thing at us, so we could cast our feathers, but also block the incoming ranged sort of like aerial attack that he does. Grab this item on here. Careful, because that can be quite spicy. This is the path that I was talking about before that leads you kind of down to the searchlight place. There's a couple of bits and bobs up here if memory serves, so let's have a look. Enemies will lie in wait. Careful. Someone spot us over the bridge there. I'm going to back up because these guys are going to hit like absolute trucks. Not locked on. Yeah, so I'm going to opt to use feathers and stuff for these guys because they can hit pretty hard, especially because there's two of them. So you know, one might like interrupt what you're doing, whilst the other one just finishes you off. So just be aware of that. Is that area clear? I think we've got a Kodama. Herbal remedy, which is a full HP item. Kodama is just hidden under there, so make sure to grab that. And we'll just loot the place. Might be something around the back, potentially. There is not. Head up here. Drop down. So that's all that bit explored. I think really the only place to go at this point is just towards the end of the mission, so let's head there, which is down this pathway. A couple of enemies lying in wait, so just watch out for those. Grab that item, and then we've just got a little bit more to do, and then we'll be fighting the boss. Get an item there. I think that was the Bell of Beckoning, which basically summons a Scampus by your side for a little bit. Grab this shrine. So we've got a couple of stones that we can use, so let's check those out. Got the Bell of Beckoning. We'll just look for those stones. There we go. There's 2 there. 3 there. Use those. A large one there. I think that's all of them. That'll do for now. The skill points we can use. So what we'll do is I'm going to start leveling up some things over this side of the skill tree towards the right hand side ish. So this area up here is all about sort of like paralysis, shurikens and poison, stuff like that. So this sort of stuff is usually better for human type bosses, and then the feathers and this side is usually better for like yokai type bosses. So depending on the situation, we might need to switch from this stuff to this stuff. So I'm going to start working towards some stuff over there. That is that. We can also pop a level, so I'm going to pop one into courage there. And I think we are good. Just going to check our Nioh magic capacity. I'm not sure what the capacity is on that at the minute. Might be able to put one more of those on. Yeah, we can. So we could put a few levels up into our Nioh magic to increase our capacity a little bit, so we can add some more of these talismans, the ones that help restore our magic. Then we could have 5 and 5. So we'll check that out a little bit later. Other than that, we can push on forward. There's a couple of enemies knocking about. Some yokai realm in this area, so just be careful. The umbrella enemy over there. Then we've got quite a few ranged enemies. So we'll just take those out. Ideally, we want to take the ranged enemies out before kind of like getting into the action down here, because they can interrupt a lot of stuff that you're doing. It's just a massive pain like that. I think that's the ranged. I'm going to go across the rooftops first. Kind of like angled myself around there, because ideally I wanted to keep that guy on top of the roof so that we could keep him up here and take him out. Head on down. There's a couple of spicy enemies around here if memory serves. Just be careful. I'm going to play it safe and just go for ranged on this guy. Ideally stay on the rooftops as well. Timed my burst counter there to counter his aerial attack like before. So that is that. A couple of bits and bobs going off up here. What I'll do is just follow these rooftops round first of all. I think we can kick down some ladders to create a shortcut. There's some bits and bobs up here. I don't think there's anything too crazy. I think the best item up here is this one. I'll grab that first of all. I've got some ninja locks, which are very, very useful. And the red spider lily, which restores like a massive chunk of our magic bar. So that's also very useful. We'll drop down again to get the item on the roof. And we'll get ready to take out some of these. We're going to apply purification first, as per, back up. Pop a couple of feathers. There we go, that clears that. I think this is the final Kodama. Just around this corner, so just take this enemy out first, wait for them to stop attacking a wall. There we go. There we go. What we'll do is restore our feathers and stuff. Before going into the boss, we should restore our stuff. So we'll just get all the stuff that is around here. Treasure chest inside. Roll through those. All missions Kodamas. There we go. So yeah, that's the last Kodama of this mission. A couple of extra bits and bobs that we can grab before we go face the boss. Let's just quickly explore. I think there's a fake wall on this stage if memory serves. So that is that. We've got a Cyclops waiting for us as well, so try and do the same strategy as before, where we get the eye shot and then can apply purification. I'm actually going to reapply purification so we've got enough time to do the whole maneuver. There we go. Got a well here. Well. A spirit stone inside. A little bit more to explore. Gonna get the free purification. There we go. Head on inside. Item here. I think this is where the fake wall is. We don't have any red graves that will tell us, unless this one tells us. Nope. So we're just going to have to guess and hope for the best. So go for blue. You move well, you may pass. Perfect. Sounds good to me. So I've got an enemy up ahead. Give him the old 1-2. Couple of feathers and stuff, just sort him out. And then I think there's an item knocking about down here somewhere. Grab that. So that's most of the, well, that's all of the mission explored. And then we just got the boss really. So what we'll do, head back up to the shrine, have a quick rest. We've got all the Kodamas. We've got the hot spring location, and we've got the mission-based achievements as well. Other than that, let's just make sure our shortcuts are looking good. So we've got elixir, feathers, talisman, kunai shuriken, purification. If we need it, we've got a salt. We might not need it. We don't really need water amulet, to be fair. I could take that off. Sacred water and lantern fruit. Other than that, I think we should be good to go, so go for it. Just going to run straight to the boss at this point, so. If your magic is looking quite low, you can also use a plant fruit. we'll jump on in. We're just going to use same strats as before, so this is just going to be the purification as per usual. When we can get our hits in, so purification, and then just use the feathers again. Hopefully we can get purification on. May opt for the salt here, to be fair. I think we got it on. We did. Got it on eventually. But yeah, basically just apply the purification. You can go for salt purification or talisman purification. Whichever one you can get on. And then just finish that up with a bunch of feather spam, and that's the boss. Just getting the initial debuff onto the boss first. That's the hard part. Technically, you could try combining an elemental debuff instead of purification. For example, you could use a bunch of fire feathers to get the fire debuff, and then follow it up with a bunch of lightning feathers to get the 2 debuff combo. The main thing that we're looking for really is just getting 2 debuffs on the enemy at the same time so that we can do insane levels of damage. So in that scenario we use the purification debuff, and then we combined it with the elemental debuffs from the feathers, and then just spam the feathers to delete the boss. And that's the end of the mission. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.